Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Extra Time. I'm Anne-Marie Bojan and joining me today is our ring card boy, minus the usual attire for such a job role, Mr James Ratpool. And in case you haven't noticed already, tonight's edition is a boxing special, but don't worry, I won't be knocking out James, not just yet anyway.
So, Saturday night saw boxing return to Birmingham for the first time in 5 years, with Resurrection taking place at the Barclaycard Arena.
Matchroom Sport had a great bill of fighters with Anthony Joshua headlining, but it also included some incredible local stars such as Matthew Macklin, Sam Eggington, brothers Cal and Gamal, as well as up-and-coming fighters Lennox Clark, Dan Breeze, Michael Rooney and Jordan Cook.
The weigh-in and pre-fight press conference were held at the Custard Factory and Pavilion Shopping Centre on Thursday and Friday before the fight night.
I spoke with Matthew Macklin ahead of his fight, and he told Extra Time how delighted he was to see boxing back in his hometown, the second city.
Well, the last time there was a big show in Birmingham, I think it was probably 2010 when I boxed here in the Magnificent Seven at the Algier Arena. That was a great show. I won the European title that night. Yeah, and it's great to be on this. You know, I'm not fighting for a title, I'm just doing an 8-rounder. But I'm happy to be on the card. You know, there's some big names on there: Anthony Joshua, Luke Campbell, Callum Smith. For me, they're all future world champions, and obviously Sam Eggington then and the two IFL brothers, you know, homegrown talent, Birmingham born and bred. So it's good to see them on it as well, and you know, I think they're going to have great careers as well. You know, the top class amateurs, and they're really making a name for themselves in the professional ranks, and they're really just, you know, stepping up the ladder at the right pace. You know, they're, you know, stepping onto titles and looking for bigger titles. So they're going well, and it's great that, you know, beat Birmingham being the second biggest city in Britain. You know, for it to kind of be so starved of boxing for so long, and Manchester and Liverpool have had it. You know, it's a shame, but it's good. It's good when a big show comes back here, and it's good that, you know, the media and everyone else gets behind it, because it needs to get the kind of coverage it deserves. In boxing, if you generate a lot of interest, a lot of television viewing figures, or pay-per-view buys, or ticket sales, it means you're stronger. It means the promoter can offer more money to the opponents to bring the big fights to you, and you know, so you know, to be boxing, for fighters to be fighting in their hometown and generating local support and interest, and you know, going from say 100 fans to 500 to 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000, that's what it's all about. And you need regular shows in their hometowns to do that. So you know, for the Birmingham fighters, it's important that you know, Matchroom and Sky have come here to put this show on, but it's also important for them to step up to the plate, sell their tickets, get their friends and family coming, other people as well, and then on the night of fight they need to perform and show what they're capable of and excite the fans so that they do want to come back and watch them again. You know, so you know, it's kind of a combined effort really.
Now, boxing brothers Cal and Gamal are two local fighters who have very exciting futures ahead of them in the sport. Gamal, the younger of the two brothers, fought for only the second time in his hometown, and we spoke to the super bantamweight after his points win over Arnaldo Solano.
Probably another 8-rounder, a few more 10-rounders, then move on to 10-rounders, and move on to big 12-rounders titles.
How great is it having your brother out in the audience watching and giving you tips along the way?
It's great, yeah. It's having my friends, my family and fans as well to box in front of. It's great, and I can't thank them enough for more coming out.
What did you make of the fight? Because obviously your opponent was a little bit hands-on with you. And
yeah, he's a nightmare. Every time I kept going to the body, he just smashing into my head. Yeah, it was a nightmare. Yeah.
And being a local lad, how great is it that boxing's back here after so many years?
Oh, it's great. Like I said, I can't thank everyone for coming out and making it such a good night for me and for the other box on the show as well. So, but hopefully we can get more big shows in Birmingham.
Are you going to be watching your brother?
Yeah, I'm just going to grab a shower quick and put my clothes on, and I'll be able to support my brother and Anthony Joshua and Luke Campbell as well.
Cool. So who do you aspire to be? Like, who are the guys that
I don't aspire to be like any other boxer, because I'm different to everyone's different, got their own technique and power, whatever. But like I love Mayweather and, you know, Golovkin, fighters like that, and South Africa, and that's who I want to be like when I'm older. But as long as I put in the hard work, I can go all the way.
Matthew Macklin had a lot to prove this weekend. The former world title challenger was looking to bounce back after his loss against Hearn back in November in Dublin.
His original opponent, Albert, pulled out with injury, but Macklin stormed through regardless to win in 2 rounds.
The 32-year-old, who turns a year older this week, will be looking to fight Irish rival Andy Lee or WBA champion Danny Jacobs.
Former rival and now trainer Jamie Moore chatted to us after his impressive win.
It's a massive fight in his career, although the opponent wasn't the best. You know, there's nothing we could do about it. It was a last-minute change of opponent. So at this stage of his career, that was a massive win for him. You know, if he'd have slipped up there, his career would have been finished. So yeah, they had a big carrot dangling. You know, Daniel Jacobs' fight, we spoke about Andy Lee. So yeah, there's some big fights out there for him, and a very important win for him.
Well, he's won convincingly. It wasn't just, you know, he didn't go distance, he's just completely destroyed him inside 2 rounds. So, you know, he's kind of made a statement there.
Yeah, I think, you know, the kid's been stopped a few times, so we knew that if Matt was the same as the old Matt, then he'd get him out of there and, you know, prove the point, not just to himself, but to me tonight, because I was just hoping that he still had what it took. You know, his timing was there, his distance, didn't rush, he took his time, he wasn't flustered when the kid was trying to rush him, and he picked the shot at the middle. You know, we spoke about him between rounds and said if you get him up the middle, I think he'll get him out of there, and he did. So it shows that he's listening, and yeah, hopefully now we can get Danny Jacobs or Andy Lee.
And how pleased are you with what he's been doing, and how, especially after the loss last time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I wasn't involved last time because of the incident in Marbella, so I was sort of stood back watching, and it was evident in the 3rd round. He just looked, you know, the energy went out of him. I could tell he was overtrained straight away, which, you know, it was going to be hard not to be with him training all year, and the fight was at the end of the year. You know, circumstances come around which he couldn't help. So yeah, he was jaded, and he took a bit of time out, had to decide what to do. And like you said in the interview in Sky, then, you know, you're going to be a long time retired, so he decided to fight on, and it looks like it was the right choice.
So what next for him now? What's he got in his eyes?
As I say, you know, they've been talking about Danny Jacobs for the WBA title.
Is that the one he wants?
That's what he wants, I think. Jacobs is a good fighter. You know, he's unbeaten. Oh, sorry, he's lost one fight, but he's a name in America. Andy Lee is a massive fight, especially in Ireland. So there's 2 fights there which potentially are there for him, 2 world title shots. So let's just see what happens. But either of them, I'd be confident of him winning.
And how's Matt been since he's come out the ring? Is he buzzing?
Yeah, of course he is. He's over the moon. You know, as I say, he's proved the point to himself tonight. He was unsure. You know, he thought he still had it left, and he thought he was overtrained, but he just wanted to prove a point to himself, and he's done that now. So he can cross that one off.
Present as ever at the boxing was Coogan Cassius, boxing enthusiast and the co-founder of IFL TV. We managed to turn the camera on him for once to find out his thoughts.
Yeah, basically we were formed in 2010 October. Started off as a film channel, doing EPK on films, etc, etc. 6 months later, involved into boxing, and then since 2011, sort of the first third of the year, it's just been non-stop boxing since then, really. And we cover just about every sort of top show there is in the country via web, and yeah, it's going well.
So obviously we've just seen Anthony Joshua deliver a sort of knockout performance, as it were. How did you think he performed this evening?
Yeah, I thought Anthony is kind of in a period of opponent-wise where he's still learning. It's only his 11th or 12th fight, so you know, some people might look at opponents like that and say, you know, he should be stepped up and that, but those step-ups will come in time. Like I said, it's only his 11th or 12th fight I think he's had now, so they have a step up at the end of this month against Kevin Johnson, who has been stopped by the likes of Klitschko and Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora, so that could give us an indication of how good or not Anthony is, in people's opinion.
I mean, there is a lot of hype around Anthony Joshua. People are really sort of excited about, you know, the possibility of him becoming world champion one day. Do you think he can go that far? Do you think he can go all the way to the top?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's all sometimes about who's in your era at what time. Right now, that Klitschko's just sort of dominated the heavyweight scene. Deontay Wilder become heavyweight champion recently, but there's definitely, by the time Anthony Joshua gets into a position for challenging for a world title, then it's about what other heavyweights are around at the time, like Tyson Fury and those sort of guys will be around if David Haye comes back, you know. But certainly with what we've seen of Anthony Joshua so far, there's no reason why he can't go on and, you know, top the gold medal we won in the Olympics.
And on a personal level for you, you've been to sort of many fights. I saw some of your stuff after Froch Kessler. What's sort of been the best fight that you've been to personally?
The best fight I've been to, It's probably Kell Brook winning the world title in Carson last year against Sean Porter, because he was written off. And there was only 2 press that went out there. It was us and the guy from Sheffield covering it for sort of BBC Sheffield, and we went out there, and it was just quite close with Kell Brook, so it was quite a good moment for him to win that. But there's been loads. Just come back from Mayweather Pacquiao. So
you were at Maypac, were you?
Yeah.
How was that?
Fight was a little bit of a letdown.
It was a bit disappointing,
wasn't it?
Disappointing,
but kind of expected from Mayweather.
Yeah.
But Pacquiao, come out with this injury now, so we have to wait and see when Mayweather's next final fight, his apparent final fight anyway, in September.
We're going to take a quick break now, but please join us in a minute for the second half of Extra Time's Boxing Special.
Welcome back. You're watching Extra Time's Boxing Special with me, Anne-Marie Beaujean.
And me, James Brackpool.
Stourbridge youngster Sam Eggington had the opportunity to fight for the Commonwealth welterweight title on Saturday night against Joseph Lamptey after fellow Brummie Frankie Gavin vacated the strap.
Last time out, Eggington crushed Shane Singleton inside 5 rounds back in March and claimed the WBC International Silver title, which he also defended on Saturday.
The 21-year-old has been progressing at a rapid rate, and his growing reputation as a must-see fighter will only have improved after Saturday's performance.
Before the fight, Sam told us how excited he was to be fighting on the big stage in his own backyard.
I'm excited. I mean, like I say, it's a major title. It's my first major title, my first 12-rounder, and it's the first big show in front of the home fans, so I'm excited.
Well, that's it, you're a local lad, so is this kind of like, are you already starting at the top in terms of venues?
I didn't start at the top. I was doing home shows, I was doing small hall shows. It was only until I got my shot against Denton Vassal that it started to peak up a bit. But this has come sooner than I thought, so I'm over the moon.
How are you feeling? Do you feel the pressure, or is it just more excitement?
It's excitement. I got no pressure. I'm 21. I'm not meant to be doing what I'm doing anyway. I should be doing 4-rounders, just turning over. I'm doing a 12-rounder for my first major title. I'm 21 years old. It's all fun.
And what are family and friends saying to you? Are they a bit nervous?
It's massive. I mean, like I said, I've sold loads of tickets. It's gone wild. It's really good.
So how much do you know about your opponent?
I don't know nothing. I don't watch them. I don't look at the record. Everyone looks brilliant on the internet. So I don't watch them. I let my trainer do it all. John Pegg, he'll watch them. He'll tell me what will work, tell me what won't work, and up to now it works. So I just let him tell me what to do.
So has your trainer made you adapt your style for this fight, Saturday?
He's told me he likes to make a lead. Tries to lead off with a big right hand. So if he wants to trade, I'm happy to do that.
So what next? I mean, have you thought about the outcome? Or?
Hopefully, I'll win this title. A few defences maybe, and then up for a British title come later in the new year. That's the plan.
And we'll be hoping to get Sam in the studio over the next few weeks.
Now, heavyweight and Olympic gold medalist Anthony Joshua headlined the bill on Saturday, replacing local lad Frankie Gavin.
Gavin was due to headline in his hometown, but couldn't miss the chance to face the special one, Kell Brook, in a world title shot at the O2 at the end of this month on May the 30th.
Joshua was on the hunt for his 12th professional knockout when he faced the South American champion Rafael Zumbano Love, who was appearing in his 48th contest.
Joshua didn't disappoint and secured another impressive knockout win inside the second round.
We spoke to him post-fight and he told us the importance of what it means to stay grounded despite the heavy expectations.
It's interesting because you look at the great, like Mayweather, like he's on cloud 9, do you know what I mean? And it seems to be working for him. But for myself, just take it as it comes, fight after fight, one fight at a time. I'm blessed, do you know what I mean, to be boxing. You never know what life can bring you, and life brought me boxing, and I really do enjoy it. So yeah, for sure, feet are on the ground, reach for the stars. I seem to have a bit of expectation now, but it doesn't make me crumble. It makes me strive for greatness, and I want to achieve the goals and expectations that even my family, my close friends, and people who support me are putting on my shoulders. Man, it's great. I've got something to wake up forward to, and that's what life's about when you wake up with a purpose.
And before every fight, I'm just curious, do you sort of almost go into a fight expecting to knock your opponent out? Because you're a very powerful guy.
It's interesting. Not really, no. Because that's why with Zumbano, I thought, okay, you know, there was times I was hitting him, you know, I turned my knuckles down so I can really, you know, hurt him when I'm punching him with the backhand, left hook backhand. So I thought, you know what, I could step up and knock this guy out. I thought, no, Ryan's a tough character. He didn't show any chinks in his armour. So I hit him, he didn't really show, he laughed it off. I thought, okay, cool, this might go 4 or 5. If it goes past 6 or whatever, I'm fine with it. But the good thing is, it shows I've got the power, the accuracy to knock guys out. And it shows that hard work's paying off.
And have you spoken to Zambano after the fight?
Briefly. He's a cool guy. We was in the same hotel, you know, so we've got a lot of respect for each other. No, not really like much screw facing. He was sitting same distance as John Denham at lunch and so on. But yeah, there was no hard feelings. I haven't had a chance to speak to him, but in the ring, he just said, well done. I said, you know, you're a warrior, as every man that steps in the ring is. And I just said, get back to Brazil safe.
Are you worried that you're not getting tested in the heavyweight division because, you know, you're getting knockout after knockout in your fights, but you're not going the distance?
Not really, because history repeats itself, and I'm not the, you know, whether I'm gonna get knocked out by Johnson at the end of my career, or I go on to be one of the greats like Larry Holmes or Ali, so on. You know, not many people can mention Ali's first 11 opponents. Do you know what I mean? But they are the things that define them to put on the great shows like Thrilling Manila, Rumble in the Jungle. Without these opponents, you're never gonna get to that level. So no way. I'm really happy that Eddie's guiding me the right way, putting me in with the right opponents. Because at the end of the day, if I go on to do great things, I say, you know what, he done really well and he done it right. If I get knocked out and I get put too far, I say, you know what, told you weren't ready. So either way, I think Eddie's putting me in a win-win situation with the way he's strategising my plan to the World Championship.
Well, Eddie, does that coincide with, because people say about, you know, you've had some stick recently about the cards and the fights that are going on.
It's about development. I can't, you know, I have to do my job. I know what people want. They're impatient and they want to see Anthony Joshua fight for the world heavyweight title next. But so many people have made mistakes over their career in boxing, and when you've got someone as special as Anthony Joshua, you just don't make the mistake. So unfortunately, I'm going to get a little bit of stick because people want to move him a little bit faster. But unfortunately, I'm going to do it the right way and not the wrong way, because in about 6 months' time, you know, it ain't a long time to wait, probably less. You're going to see him in big fights that are headlining not 5,000 but 20,000 arenas where people's hearts are in their mouths, including mine. So we've got a long way, we've got all that to experience, but there's no rush. You know, he's been a pro not even 2 years, he's been a pro like 18 months, something like that. He's had 12 fights, he's had 12 knockout wins.
Now, Eddie Hearn has turned boxing on its head with Matchroom Sports, producing more and more shows up and down the country with impressive bills.
He was also responsible for the impressive sellout crowd at Wembley when George Groves faced Midlands fighter Carl Froch in their rematch.
And with Froch recently being stripped of his WBA super middleweight belt, we spoke to Eddie Hearn to find out what's in store for the Cobra.
You know, I've been saying he'll only fight again if it's the right fight, but I'm not sure if the right fight's there to ignite the fire. It's got kind of thing. I don't want him to get retired, I want him to retire. So now feels like it could be the right time, but you know, I think obviously the WBA want to keep their belt active. He's got no fight scheduled, no fight planned, so he can't just sit there as world champion. So he understands that decision. From a fan perspective, I'd love to see him back in the ring because he gives you absolutely everything. He gives you entertainment non-stop, 24/7 when he's in the ring. So, but as a friend, I kind of feel like he's been there and done it all, and what a way to bow out Wembley. You know, like what else can you do that's gonna beat that?
I think you're right. He's gonna be remembered as a legend.
And if you go into a fight unmotivated and your heart not really in it, fighting like he fights, you can get hurt. You know, so I don't want to see that, and I don't think anyone would like to see that. I think it's difficult to leave the sport anyway, but it's great to leave the sport when you think, you know what, I've done it all. And you can live with yourself forever once you leave the sport that way. If you go and have a fight and you lose, and you get knocked out, or you know you didn't perform well and you lose 1 point, it leaves you with a bitter taste in the mouth. This way, we can all go, wow, look at you. And I know like fans don't care about money in the bank, but I do, because I'm looking after their careers, and I want all the fighters that are with me to retire one day with their house, with the money in the bank, enough to be able to, you know, live a sustainable life with their kids. And you know, it sounds boring, but that's important to me. You know, and Carl's been able to do that. You know, he's made a lot of money. He's a 4-time champion of the world. He's fit. He's healthy, mentally, physically. So what? You know, a bit like Joe Calzaghe. Calzaghe could have gone on, might have lost, but he left the sport undefeated. he can look back now and everyone goes, he would have beat. He goes, well, no one beat me, you know. So.
What about Andre Ward though? Because to me, as a fan, Fudge fan, I want to see that happen again.
Yeah, but you know, like, there's no. Carl's not that bothered, you know. It's not, and fans will go, well, why doesn't he fight Andre Ward? Because it's just not, and it might not be that any fight can give him that feeling anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because we haven't been able yet to find a fight where he's gone, I'm up for that. Do you know what I mean? And that's Andre. Like with the Ward stuff, it was like, yeah, I'll fight him. And it's like, but it's like, how badly do you want to beat Andre Ward? It's like, yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe the fire's just gone completely. Like 5 years ago, I bet the answer would have been, I've got to defeat him because he beat me and I want to get revenge. Do you know what I mean? He had that feeling before the Kessler fight. But with Ward, and he knows what kind of fight it's going to be. It's going to be a frustrating fight. It's going to be a technical fight. He'll probably lose. Do you know what I mean? Just being honest with you, you know. And he's just not going to enjoy that fight. He loves to go in and just have a tear up like he did against Kessler. But like he can't go into the Ward fight like not really that bothered about getting revenge. You can't fight like that. Carl Froch relies on heart, passion, determination, and chin.
Well, unfortunately, that's the 12th round. It's full time and extra time for today. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in for another episode. And enjoy the rest of your day. See you tomorrow.